Well, I'm sitting down here at the mining claim. We had a metal detectorist come down here. I don't know who it was, but he dug the hole out and left it open. He didn't get any gold out of there that I could see. I mean, he might have got a nugget or something. But what he got out of there was this S-hook right here and a screw, which is probably the reason he dug down here in the first place. And then he just left the hole open and the rocks are just scattered all around. You know, really a sloppy job as far as cleanup goes after he dug the hole right here in my front yard. But I want to see if there's going to be any more gold down in there, so we're going to go ahead and clean this crack out real quick. Put it in the pan, and if we get some color in there, we get some color. It'll show you guys how I pan, you know, and you can laugh and do whatever you need to do. You know, go throw up in the, you know, toilet or whatever, because my panning is a little bit quick. And people look at me when I pan and they just shake their heads saying, wow, what are you doing? But you know, I was trained by a professional gold miner, you know, how to pan, who'd been panning his entire life. You know, by the name of Ray Dorr, and they had the Dorr Ranch down in Humbug Canyon here in California, you know, down below Forest Hill. My dad had taken me down there, and just for the weekend we're going to go horseback riding, and him and Ray's brother Andy and my dad were best friends, so they took us down there, and I asked Ray to show me how to pan, and this is how he showed me. You just put the stuff in the pan, you swirl it around, and the gold's going to stay in the bottom, and that's just that easy. You know, if you're back east where you got super lightweight gold, well, you know, you're going to have to use this method maybe a little bit slower than what I use. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and fill this pan up with this stuff down here, and let's see if we get any gold. Basically, when you're cleaning bedrock, you want to have a broom. A little tiny handheld whisk broom is the best, but I just brought my regular broom down here because, you know, I can get most of it with my hand today. We're just doing a little panning. If I get good color, I'll come back down here with my whisk broom and my crack cleaner, and we'll clean this crack out totally. But let's see what we get out of this pan here when I get done filling it up. I'm just going to broom up what I can with my hand. All the pile that he had dug out of there, and obviously he didn't pan it. He was just digging it out using his metal detector, trying to find the nugget that may or may not have been down in this crack. He definitely got the signal off this S-hook. I will take that S-hook back and throw it away like he should have done. The reason I use the broom is because the gold's going to be right on the bedrock, and a lot of times it'll be stuck down there in any tiny little hole. All the pieces will get stuck in the little tiny cracks and holes on the bedrock. You need to get a broom or something to get them out of those holes, so I always use a broom just to get the gold. So if there's going to be gold in this crack, there's going to be gold in this pan. If there's not, well, then it's just another dead crack, and that happens all the time too. Okay, that's a pretty good pan. And you know, I just want to tell you guys in advance, this is just, I'm not adding gold to this pan to make it look good. You know, I'm not lying here about how much I'm getting. If there's anything in this pan, you know, that's good. That'll be a sign that there is gold in California. There is gold on the Yuba River. And we already know that that's true, but we don't know there's any gold right here in this crack, so take this on down and do the panning. Okay, I'm down at my little panning spot. You know, one of my favorite places to pan. Usually I got my boots off and I stick my feet in the water, but it's like 7:30 in the morning and I just don't feel like doing that right now. So first thing I want to do is show you how to pan. You've got to get everything wet because this is dry material. If you leave it dry when you're trying to pan it, it's not going to separate out as good. So I just run my hands through here and making sure that everything is wet before I really start getting into it. Okay, that'll do that. Well, get everything moving, in motion, keeping it all underwater. Everything's moving. Everything just comes out of the pan all the way around. Let it slough around. The gold's going to stay in the bottom as long as you got it going flat. You know, and it's just that fast. I mean, I don't spend all day panning. This is how it is. Well, he missed a BB. And that's it. Pan's done. Another thing you can do, you can take it. When you've got a lot of black sand in the pan, get just a little bit of water in there. And just fan it from front to back. Usually I do it facing me. This way you can watch and see what's going back. And then when you get down here, everything's going to stay up top. Just go ahead and pan off the bottom. This is for you guys back east. You know, this way your gold's going to stay up in the top, your real fine gold, anything else you got in there. So this is done. And I got a piece of shot out of there. Actually, this is a BB. This is a BB out of a BB gun. It's copper. Put it down right here. Fan it back, see if I see any gold. Yeah, there's a couple little flakes of gold in there. Not a whole lot. But they're there nonetheless. So yeah, we got gold in that crack. See if I can get the gold where you can see it better. It's only just a little speck, but no, a speck is a speck, and this is how it is. Can you zoom in on that, Jimmy? There's our pan. I mean, yeah, we got gold out of that crack. Is that enough for me to warrant going back there and cleaning it out? After what I did already? Well, I got gold. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll do it later. I'm not going to put it on video. You guys have seen this. I'll go back there with my dredge and we'll wash that crack right down and do whatever we need to do. It's right there, right above the water line. And that's how I pan. Just that fast, just that easy. No messing around. It's going to take you guys a little bit longer to pan, you know, at first, but there's no sense in just making it last all day. So, all I do, make sure you got the ripples facing forward, swirl it around, just one more last time. Let the material go over the edge in the front, take your rocks off, you can roll them off or whatever you want to do. You can go back and forth, you can go side to side, just get the rocks out of there. And with this pan, this is Frank Sullivan's pan. This is a Pioneer Mining Gold pan, and good friends. Frank's good people. He gave me this pan to, you know, just to do what I want to do. He gave me a pan, he gave me all kinds of things, and Frank's a good friend of mine, and this is what he does. So I'm putting this on video for him, and so you can use this little trap right here to catch the gold. See a little flake of gold, it's still in there. I haven't lost anything yet. And when you use these riffles like this little side set of riffles, well, there's your gold. You know, it's right there in the riffles, right here in the center. You know, this little fine set of riffles is good for catching the fine gold. This is probably the best pan on the market as far as I'm concerned. And what more could you want out of a pan? I mean, it's got everything. You got the coarse riffles for your coarse. It's got the coarse riffles for your coarse, you know, beginning panning. It's got the fine riffles for your finish panning, and it's got the gold. I mean, now that you got it down here in this, you know, there's 4 or 5 flakes in here out of this pan. Is it a great pan? No, I've had pans that have been over an ounce, you know, when I'm out sniping. I've just happened to find this one spot where I ended up getting 3.5 ounces one day with a gold pan and a pick, just like that. When I got lucky that day, and that's the only day I've ever had where I got over an ounce panning at all, and I got 3.5 ounces that day. Generally I'll get maybe a pennyweight, maybe less. I think I'll get a few flakes like this, but you know what? I'm down here at the river, I'm having fun. This is how I'm spending my life, man. There's your gold.